Bitcoin rally or dead cat bounce. The thing I find weird about the whole term dead cat bounce is that you almost had to witness how a dead cat would bounce to even bring up the concept. Oh, yeah, well, this price action looks like a dead cat bounce. And the person was like, what do you mean dead cat bounce? Oh, like when a cat's dead and it falls from somewhere and it has a bounce, a dead cat bounce. It's almost as weird as when there was a saying, I think it was in I think it's in the Alabama song, Play Some Mountain Music. There's many ways to skin a cat. Imagine hearing that for the first time. Well, there's many ways to skin a cat. Is there? I don't know one way to skin a cat, let alone many. Do you actually know many ways to skin a cat? I guess it's just a term. Let's hope it's just a term. Now, here's where we need to know whether we are at a dead cat bounce or a rally. And hey, it's been a 10% rally. It's not bad, right? 10% rally. The thing is, I have privacy screens on my computer and iPad, so it's screwing me now because it's the angle to see the comments. It's like I can't even see my own. All right, here. So this is some charts to keep your papers on. This is let's go to the 4-hour chart here. This is the 4-hour chart. In order for me to even remotely consider this not a dead cat bounce, we have to get back into our channel of eternal monotony. I know it's hard to see here, but this is the support line of our channel of eternal monotony at 57.1. Getting over that, we can start releasing the belt and the buttons there and maybe relaxing a bit. But until then, we can see we're already getting rejected here at 56. We couldn't hold 55. Now we get back down here, 51. I guess we can consider that a dead cat bounce. But now over on the ding dong, it's a little farther, right? So we are under the 200 moving average, which to me is a great buy zone. This is the last time we were under 200. That's when I bought some more Bitcoin. Now I'm ho-humming about it now because I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm in Victoria Beach, the sunny shores of Victoria Beach, which is an interesting take on worrying. So yesterday, to you and I, there was it was like the world was falling apart almost, right? In our little bubble world. And then I went to the tennis courts. There was a tennis tournament. They have it every year. And Wick, lots of cat phrases. When they sold piglets at markets, they didn't want them. I lost it. It went up. I couldn't catch it. And not one person. There's a bunch of people. It's almost like a class reunion when you come back to Victoria Beach, because a lot of these people I grew up with back in the day, and I just know from the city now. And when they morning, I'm just doing the live stream right now.
My brother! Oh, it's so nice to see you.
This is my sister, Auntie Jinxie. That was a surprise. I thought they're in the bunkhouse, one cabin over. What was I saying? Yeah, the infamous Auntie Jinxie. You hear Duke talk a lot about Auntie Jinxie. Anyway, when I was at the tennis tournament, not one of those people that I grew up with or that are they're normies. Don't get me wrong, they're normies. But not one of them brought up the state of the economy. I mean, what else do I want to talk about, right? There's nothing I find remotely exciting except for the calamity and hijinks that was upon us yesterday. It was literally like as close as you can get to the Great Financial Crisis 2.0. You wouldn't know it at Victoria Beach tournament. And these are people like there's a weird wealth span in this cult. I call this place as a cult. There's some uber wealthy people, and then there's just normies, right? But all of them have jobs that depend on how the Joe Sacha Jinxie is so happy on the economy, whether they know it or not, and they probably don't know it. That's why they don't even talk about it. But not one person, and I was there for about 2 hours, just chatting with people. Wick Jinxie needs to be regular on the stream. Well, she, save for Victoria Beach, she lives. Well, obviously she doesn't live with Duke and pianomattyb. But maybe we can Skype her in. We'll Zoom her in one of these days. Blissfully unaware, JP. Yes, but here's the relativity of worrying. And I wouldn't say I was worrying. To me, when there's blood on the streets, I get a little excited because it's like, well, here's maybe a nice opportunity to purchase some more Bitcoin or whatever it tickles your fancy, whatever you're into in the crypto markets. For me, it's basically Bitcoin. None of them even gave a shit, even knew, which was a huge eye opener for me because, I spent the morning from like 6 to 9 thinking, like how we were all thinking, like the economic sky is falling. This is it. This is it. And as the day progressed on, and you and I got on with our days, it was apparent how seemingly minuscule and ineffective some things that we consider huge are. Just life goes on, and I suppose I brought up this comparison too when I opened up the bar, the nightclub in 2010, 2 years after the great financial crisis. We never even thought twice about the state of the economy. Like it wasn't like, well, maybe we should wait a couple years for for liquidity to come back into the system. We never thought about that. So to a certain degree, the majority of people, life goes on, and they don't even really, it doesn't really affect them. It was a nice epiphany for me because life does go on. Me caring not neither for bulls nor bears. I don't really care about price jumps or price pumps because this is a long term hold for me anyway. But when it's coupled with the the macro state of the economy, which does affect almost everybody, when part of the mandates of the Fed. Let me see. I saw a big comment there. Oh, I missed it there. Will it come up here? Is max pain. They want you and I to be without a job or money. That's that's their goal essentially, to cool off the economy. Their life isn't going to cool off. Nothing about their life is going to cool off. They're still going to get their government mandated salary plus all the perks of getting those inside trades. They'll get all those. Remedial Joe. Holy smokes, it's Remedial Joe. I wish I had my buttons. We haven't seen Remedial Joe for a long time. He says, Maddie and I are twins today. Get your green Bitcoin morning TA shirt. Well, yeah, here's the thing. I can't wear this shirt. I wear this shirt all the time, but I can't wear it on the streams because I have a green screen. And we've seen Duke come down with his green screen. He's very transparent. And so as soon as I get to wear the green Bitcoin crypto morning TA shirt, I wear it outside of my tank top, which I wear every single day. Because you're never too old to wear a tank top, as much as people tell me you're too old to wear a tank top. I say F that. Remedial Joe, we got some old schoolers in here today. Remedial, hey Bobby Freeman, Remedial Joe, and Misco. Do you remember when it was the three of us, maybe Sarah, Dallas, David Sony Music on the streams? There was a time where it was just the five of us. Not too long ago. Good to see you anyway, Remedial Joe. Hope things are good there in Minnesota. Victoria Beach, the sunny shores of Victoria Beach. To me, I liken it to a Pioneer Days community meets a 70s swingers cult because there's a lot of parties 4 years older than me. And we used to party down here when we were kids. When I say kids, I'm saying 12, 14, 15. You know, back in my day, that's when we started drinking booze. Anyway, I saw him, and then he was walking his dog. I'm like, how how you doing? What'd you do last night? He's like, oh, we just got mangled. Like, really? Yeah. Oh yeah, Slinger Chuck or whatever his name is had a rager. And I'm like, it sounds like nothing had changed in 30 years. He's still talking about raging and getting mangled. And this guy's, his kids are grown, all those things. Misco says, Remedial Joe talked me into becoming a pianomattyb OG. Misco, you're the OGest of OGs because you got the super OG, what is it called? Emoji? Yeah, beside your name. Misco, the Oprah Winfrey of this channel and the oldest of OGs. You and there's somebody else. I can't remember. I have to see it. Remedial Joe, I watched the Piano Bar restreams. Well, I forgot to say this, but on Friday there was some sound issues. And what did pianomattyb do? I tended to think it was Kyle's fault. He touched something when I was gone. You touch one thing. There he is, Bobby Freeman. There he is, Bobby. Yes, right. The other OG. How could I forget? Because I was gone and he used my keyboard, and everything was off. It was like the girl in Goldilocks and the Three Bears. You know, this thing doesn't sound right. This is just perfect. Anyway, turns out it was my fault because the issue, Squeaky McGee, was when I was in Nashville. I did that. I streamed Trump's speech because I was like, if this thing cancels, I'm going to stream it so people don't miss it. And in fact, it did delay for a bit. And so I caught another stream on some weird affiliate channel. Anyway, in order for me to do that, I had to click echo cancellation. This is just all boring BS for live streaming. But when you press that, it'll cancel all the outside, like these birds that you hear. If I put echo cancellation, you wouldn't hear it. But who doesn't want to hear birds chirping and the glorious morning and the cup of coffee enjoyed around the world? But the next day I was there at 9 a.m. because I'm OCD when it comes to audio problems. And I realized after I bought all the new cables, like $150 worth of new cables, plugged it in, swapped out the mixer, only to find that it was my own fault for pressing echo cancellation. Then I declicked it and everything was fine. So that's it. It was my fault. Anyway, let's take one last look at this, see where we are here, 54.8. So if you're wondering where the bulls will come back, the robot quant bots will end up putting in their buy sell, in this case buy algos. On the ding dong would be 61.2, and on the 4-hour chart, it's the channel of eternal monotonies. Support now acting as resistance at 57.2. There's David Sony Music, one of the OGs. And that's what I'm going to keep my eye on today. I hope everybody has an unbelievable day. I'll be playing tennis with Duke. Maybe we'll go do some golf. But all in all, it's going to be one day of ultimate relaxation. And I hope yours is filled with the same. You like and subscribe and share this video with someone